It's going to get worse. The saying goes, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. We can look at the way that the world is right now, and we can say without a shadow of a doubt that we are cooked. Why is it going to get worse? How is it going to get worse? And what does that mean for all of us? Watch and end this video to have all of those questions answered and more. Don't forget to check us out over on Rumble. Our Rumble is linked in the description of the video. And don't let them tell you that you will own nothing and be happy. Go and check out Angus Crypto Academy to learn how to buy, sell, and trade crypto while making massive profit. It's linked in the description of the video. Like the video, turn on notifications, and hit the subscribe button to help push us out into the YouTube algorithm. And now let's begin. So we're seeing it happening right now around us as people are starting to crash out. They're crashing out around us. They're realizing that work is no longer fulfilling. In fact, was it ever really fulfilling, or were we simply programmed to accept a 40-hour work week, to accept the BS, to just take the narrative as it's given to us? Never, don't complain. Do you ever notice that the argument, guys? They tell us, don't complain. Don't complain. Really? Because anyone in their right mind would be complaining right now. Anyone who had any common sense would be complaining right now. They wouldn't just be casually sitting aside and saying, oh, well, there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm just going to keep on going along with it. No, they would complain. See, that's what our parents did. The baby boomer generation. We don't blame these people enough. We don't blame them enough. And it's crazy because they won't go away. They'll just come in the comments, boy, you really don't like us. Then they'll say, boy, you really HAT us. As if they think that that's like emotional blackmail. These are not good people. They stole our futures while we were still in diapers. Yeah, remember when Gen Z was saying that, they stole our futures and now we have to steal it back. And I thought those kids were crazy. I thought they were anarchists. And I still think that they are anarchists. But you know what? More and more, I'm coming to the conclusion they're not wrong. If you look at what's happening around the world, Gen Zers, I think it was in Nepal, Madagascar, other countries all around the world. Gen Zers are standing up. They're standing up and they are flipping the status quo. Madagascar, I believe it was Madagascar. They literally took the country. Okay? There was an elite military that put the president in the country in power. And they sided with Gen Z. Gen Z basically flipped out, crashed out, and the elite military that put that president in power sided with Gen Z. And there is no way that he can take power back. And we're seeing this happening around the world. And honestly, the only way that we're actually going to survive is if we stand up and finally say no. We say no to the things that we don't want to comply with. No to the things that are not fair. No to the things that infringe upon our basic human rights. We ultimately have to stand up and say no. We have to develop a spine. We have to stop endlessly scrolling social media. Social media is destroying our minds, our hearts, our spirits. I made a video about it earlier. Where I talked about nothing feels right. And the reason why nothing feels right is because of the way we're living. And I said this. You know what's funny? I said in the video, I said that time feels like it's speeding up. Everything is just moving rapidly. And they try to tell you that, oh, as you get older, if everything feels like it's moving faster, it's just a part of aging because, normal routines, that's a load of BS. You have people who are in their early 30s who feel this way. I'm pretty confident that you have Gen Zers who feel this way. Like time is just, if you look at them, all right, these kids are beyond burnt out and stressed and worried. Like this is Gen Zers are not a red pill generation. They're a black pill generation. All right, they are black pilled to the core. They are nihilistic. They don't believe anything. They don't trust anything or anyone, which honestly is absolutely the truth. I remember when Gen Z was like, when they started saying things like, we should actually be making $50 an hour. And I thought these kids were crazy because we were conditioned to accept less. We were conditioned to accept less. I mean, if you told me 5 years ago that I would agree with Gen Z that, people working at McDonald's making $20 an hour is really nothing special anymore, I would never believe it. But now I look at it and I'm like, these kids are right. In 1952, 10 pounds, 10 British pounds, the value of the buying power of 10 British pounds in 1952 is now equivalent to 325 United States dollars in 2025. That just shows you how much our money has declined. If you look at something like the value of an ounce of gold from like decades past when they took us off the gold standard, something like, I think maybe it's the like an ounce of gold. The United States values it for something like 50 $50, and I don't know if an ounce is like 3,000 right now, some nonsense. But if you look at the value, the disproportionate value of how much gold has gone up in value and compared to the United States dollar, that reflects just how much the value of the dollar has declined. And boy, oh boy, has it declined spectacularly. It's madness. It's madness. And don't expect things to improve. So yeah, the latest update, one ounce of gold is worth approximately $4,210. And what does the US value their gold at? Right? The US government officially values its gold reserves at $42 per troy ounce. This is crazy. But in reality right now on the open market, it's actually $4,210. Insane. So once they took us off the gold standard, if we look at how much our dollar has declined, you can see it there when it comes to the price of gold. It's not so much that the value of gold has gone up, it's more so that the value of the dollar has gone down as so much as a result of inflation and the buying power. We've been robbed. We've been robbed. I, I think I forget this guy's name, Milton Friedman or something like that. He was known as the greatest economist to ever live objectively. And he made it very clear that he wants people to know that inflation does not happen anywhere else than in Washington, D.C. When money is printed. Money printer go vroom, vroom. There you go. You guys like putting that in the comments. And getting back to what I was saying, as soon as I say these things, as soon as I say that, time is speed, it feels like everything is rushing by, the idiots will jump in. And that's exactly what happened in one of my other videos. I said that they were going to do this. They're going to jump. Guys, these people are bots. I explained exactly what they were going to do. I told you they're going to come in and they're going to immediately say that, oh, it's because you're getting older. And, as you get older, no, 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 no. It's because of social media. It's because of social media. It's because our dopamine is so broken right now. We are so dopamine depleted because of all the constant hits of dopamine that we get whenever we scroll through or watching these videos on social media and scrolling through the feeds, and constant hits of dopamine. So we're now dopamine deprived because it takes more dopamine to stimulate us, and essentially nothing that we watch is stimulating us. Nothing that we watch is stimulating us. Do you guys understand why adult content is so damaging, especially in the modern day era to the mind? Modern adult content and content from the past are two different things. Back in those days, if you wanted to see something, you had to go and get yourself like a magazine or tapes, or it was not readily accessible. It was not readily accessible or on demand. The way that it's structured today is it's designed where you go from one clip to another clip to another clip to another clip to another clip. And it's designed to, it's like your appetite is never, it's like you're hungry, but you're never full. And that's how social media operates. You're hungry, but you're never full. Back when people were in steady relationships, you know, you had girlfriends, guys had girlfriends, girls had boyfriends, and they were in steady relationships. They didn't need those things because they they got their they got their needs met by each other. But now those needs are being met by technology because our society is designed now where everything has to happen behind the screen. Everything has to happen using a smartphone. If you don't use the smartphone, you're basically locked out of society. And that's it. That's pretty much it. A society where everyone has to have a digital ID. Everyone has to have it to access banking, and that's how it works with the smartphone. Look at how things have changed over the last 5 years. You go to a restaurant, if you want to order a meal, you can't just order a meal. You have to scan a QR code to open up the menu. Why are you doing this? Oh, for hygiene safety. Hygiene safety? I can't see a menu for hygiene safety. I have to use the phone for hygiene safety. If you want to take public transportation, you need to use the phone to make payments, to make a payment through their electronic system. We used to have what do you call them? We used to have different things, different cards. Like if you lived in California, you had, or like somewhere like San Diego, you had cards for the trolley. If you lived in New York, you had this thing called Metro cards. The Metro cards are now gone. Now everything is touch. Oh, you wanna ride the bus? You got to use your cell phone. You want to ride the train? You got to use your cell phone. And ultimately, where everything becomes centralized, you won't be able to, and you need to have that digital ID and social ranking systems and and a social credit scores and all that stuff. You know, things that you do, you lose access to things. You lose access to privileges. Oh, you want to play Steam games? Nope, you can't access your Steam library. Guys, do you know what's happening right now with computers? I was watching a video earlier. Microsoft is, because there's like a chip in these computers that give them like total control of your computer, and it's crazy. But something that's happening right now in Microsoft is it's becoming damn near impossible to install Linux on newer computers. And if you try to do it, your computer will shut off. And you have people who are downright engineers, Microsoft engineers, that have to spend all day working on this to finally get Linux to work. You know why it's happening? Because they don't want us to leave the cages. Because they know that people are gonna, oh, this is what's happening. Okay, no, I want to get out. I want to get out. Oh, nope, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. They pester you. They make it so stressful that you give up. That you give up. Most people won't fight. Most people will give up. Most people don't have the skill sets to fight. Most people don't have the resources to fight, the knowledge to fight. They've got you. What did George Carlin say 30 years ago? He said they've got you by the balls. What do you say about the boomers? He said that they want all the toys. They're like, give it to me, it's mine, it's all mine. What did he tell us about the companies? He said that now you have this many companies, this many oil companies. All right, now it's three, soon it'll be two, and eventually it'll only be one. You don't even realize how hard you're getting screwed because if you act, and they don't want you to know because if you really knew, it would be hell on earth. That's one of the reasons why I tell you guys to go and invest in crypto. At least have a little crypto because when you guys when everything goes downhill, at least you'll have something to access so that you can survive at least initially. Otherwise, it's either their way or the highway. You know something that I experienced. I actually experienced. It just happened a few hours ago, and I kept on trying and trying and trying. I went onto Steam, and I usually used to use PayPal to buy my games through Steam. And every time I try to verify, like, I put in my password and it's like, oh, we need to verify your account. We need to, do we need to, yeah, send a, verification just to make sure it's you. Okay, cool. So send it to my phone number. So I let them send the code. I have them try to have them send the code to my phone. It won't work. So I have, different phone numbers on there. So I try another number. It still won't work. I try my password. It still won't work. And suddenly a new option pops up: ID verification. Why do I need to provide an ID to log into my account? That doesn't make any sense. Why do I need to provide an ID? Why is that a verification option alongside password, phone verification, email verification? Because I tried to send a verification code and it would just kept on giving me an error, like it's like unable to do this, blah blah blah. But and suddenly this new method, ID verification, guys, they're trying, basically you take a copy of your government ID and a selfie. I know that's what it is. In a world pushing you to own nothing and be happy, crypto is your key to survival. Join Angry's Crypto Academy to master buying, selling, and trading crypto. Make huge profits and safeguard your wealth. Plus, discover the one crypto virtually no one is talking about, poised to create new millionaires in the upcoming bull run. The link is in the description of the video below. Go check it out now. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. We are in such trouble right now. We're in such trouble. 100%. There is no easy solution. I can tell you that. There's no easy solution right now. There's no easy solution for the situation. We are in so much trouble. And if you're smart, if you're smart, you'll do whatever you have to do to get your get things in order, set some crypto aside, make plans. Don't just be caught with your pants down. I know it feels like, what's the point? Trust me, it can get worse. And it will. And it's not going to get better. It's not going to get worse before it gets better. It's just going to get worse. Many of you don't understand this notion. I said have a passport. My passport is renewed. I have a passport. I have a trusted traveler. I have my real ID. Okay. Why do I have all of these things? So that if worst case scenario, I can leave. Even if I'm like right now, I really can't. It's still an option. You guys, I remember seeing the dumbest thing in the comments where it's like someone's like, "Oh, I'm never leaving, so I don't need to ever get a passport. I'm never leaving the U.S., so I don't need to get a passport. I'm never leaving." And going back to what I was saying, guys, social media and the way it's messing with our dopamines. That's what's screwing us up. That's what makes it feel like time is passing rapidly, because we're no longer living, we're just existing. And the people who you're going to have, you already have them, they jump in immediately, they're bots, and they just start rinsing and repeating this narrative that no, it's because of this, blah 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 blah. Guys, these are bots. These are bots. Okay, they're npcs. What do you guys think? Do you agree that it's going to get worse? Let me know your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.